home. Find 15 minutes twice a day and walk your pet at a decent pace around your place. Play hide and seek by hiding some kibble or favorite toys and letting your dog find them. If you have stairs and your dog is mobile, walk up and down twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com, spelled youmove.com.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele & Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele & Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity, and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. Save the Manatee Club has helped to protect imperiled manatees and their aquatic habitat for decades, but there's still more work to be done. Threats from cold weather, red tides, pollution, and boat collisions continue to take their toll on the manatee. So let's work together to safeguard the manatees and the places they call home. Be the friend they need. Visit SaveTheManatee.org. Thank you.
And we're back with more Veterans News and the famous Dr. Therese from the Ocala VA Clinic. Good morning again, Doctor. Is he there?
Here.
Yeah, well, yeah, you were there, but Tom didn't have it together all right. He forgot to put the slide up, and I couldn't hear you. It's not our fault. Not our fault. He's mad at you. I don't know what you did. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not mad at Dr. Torres.
Oh, okay. Smart move, Tom. Smart move.
Yeah.
Doctor, let me ask you real quick, Doctor. We've talked about COPD. We've talked about some of the causes that it's inhalation of fumes, or if you're a chronic smoker, or you've been exposed to fumes that could hurt your lungs and everything. But once you're diagnosed with COPD, what are some of the factors that can happen? Like, is congestive heart failure one of the end results of COPD? What are some of the results of COPD that actually lead toward a person no longer being with us?
Well, no, congestive heart failure is a total different topic that is not related to COPD. You can have a patient with COPD and congestive heart failure But congestive heart failure does not cause COPD. What can happen is when the patient has fluid overload, the fluids go to the lungs, and that can cause shortness of breath and sensation of drowning and that gurgling that we can hear when we use the stethoscope, and that tells the doctors when the patient is having fluid overload.
That's like pneumonia?
Pneumonia can cause effusions too, yes.
Okay.
But pneumonia is an infection. Now, COPD patients, when they have effusions or fluid overload that is in the lungs, that can get infected as well.
Right, but COPD doesn't cause congestive heart failure, but they kind of go. My mother died of congestive heart failure that the doctor said was exacerbated by her COPD. That it was helped along by her COPD. Is that accurate?
Well, there's several things you need to check if the patient has pulmonary hypertension and other factors that can trigger the congestive heart failure and eventually the effusions and death.
All right, Doc. When a veteran comes in to see their primary and they're having trouble breathing, it's not right, they can't catch their breath, is there a certain kind of a test for COPD, or is it just regular with the stethoscope and their training?
So we use a stethoscope. That's the first. Patient comes in complaining about shortness of breath. The doctor is going to do the evaluation. Even the nurse can also, the registered nurse. And this depends on the situation. Let's say that a patient comes as a walk-in, the registered nurse, triage nurse, will do the check, the assessment. If the patient is in with a regular visit with the doctor and started experiencing the shortness of breath, then the doctor will use the stethoscope, and based on possible causes of the shortness of breath, that's when we send the patient for different testing. So not all the time. In some occasions, the doctor can opt to order a 2D echo or a two-dimensional echo because some cardiac conditions can cause COPD. Can cause shortness of breath. Now, another test that we order is called the pulmonary function test. That is a definite and diagnostic test that we use to determine how the patient can breathe. And they use a medication which is a beta agonist called albuterol to see if that helps the patient to breathe. Also, you can see COPD changes in X-rays and or CT scan.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Now these people out there that are doing sleep studies and all that, because would it show up during those studies?
Well, the sleep study is different. It's another topic. So sleep apnea is basically the shortness of breath is based on obstruction. There are other type of sleep apnea, which is central, meaning the brain can be affected, the respiratory center can be affected, and sending a message to the body to stop breathing. The most common sleep apnea cause is obstructive, which is the lung blocking the airway, and the individual wake up hungry of air, like moving, snoring loud, changing position, restless, not sleeping good, tired, or sleeping during the day, sleeping while driving.
Oh, gee, no. Not sleeping
Yes.
while. So,
Yes.
I mean, they just doze right off. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're not fatigued or anything, but it's just something that's boom, and you go to sleep.
Well, they can be, they are tired, they're so tired that they go to sleep right away, but then when they start snoring and the oxygen level decreases in the brain, then they wake up.
Okay.
Some people stop breathing for several minutes.
My wife tells me that probably 12, 13 times a night she gets worried because she actually timed it one time where I went 68 seconds without taking a breath while I was sleeping. Yeah, me.
Yeah.
And I've been to sleep studies and everything. And here's the problem. Here's why the VA is so good compared to civilian life. The VA, you go in and the doctor thinks you have sleep apnea. They give you the test and everything, and there's no problem. My doctor, my primary, said he thinks I have sleep apnea. But he had to submit it to the insurance company. And the insurance company goes, well, his EKG for his heart and all looks good, so we're not going to give you the money to do the sleep test. An insurance company decided my sleep apnea wasn't dangerous, although my doctor thinks it is. That's not an issue you face at the VA, Joe, because the VA takes care of it.
Top notch.
Yeah, no, but sleep apnea is a condition that can, if the individual is not oxygenating correctly, then the lack of oxygen can cause multiple problems. Cardiovascular problems, central problems, which is in the brain. You know,
we got evidence of that. Joe thinks, looking at me, but and the doctor's right. The doctor's right. I get, everybody gets that lethargic. Some people get that lethargic 1 o'clock after lunch thing.
Oh yeah,
But
you want to take a nap.
But I'm tired almost all the time. And the doctor's right. On long drives and everything, Susan looks over at me and nudges me, hey, don't zone out. Because I literally will be driving down the road and just the tiredness and the monotony of driving will overtake me, and I'll nod off easy.
We're going to get her some needles.
So, Tom, if you do a road trip, you probably need to take turns with whoever you're driving because
we do because of that.
You're a very potential candidate to fall asleep.
Although the insurance company that I have thinks that I'm not a danger, that sleep apnea is not that big a deal right now for me.
You need to have a sit down with them, boy.
My doctor. My doctor's written letters. He's had the specialist write letters. Insurance company says not. His heart's in good shape. Sleep apnea is not affecting him.
Well, see, he's getting the wrong letters. The insurance company should get a letter from the lawyer. Then they might wake up.
Or I should have just went and did military service and be a veteran so I could get the care that I need through the VA clinic.
The VA clinic. Speaking of the VA clinic, Doc, can you dive into that? We've got about 15 minutes to go. Can you dive into more of the new clinic for us?
Well, the new clinic, as everybody knows, is located in the southwest area of Ocala, close to the HCA hospital and a pharmacy and a lot of restaurant interstate. And it is a 45,900 square feet facility. Currently, we have in Silver Springs, we have 9 providers. We are increasing primary care to 12 primary care doctors. Also, we are increasing nursing staff, clerical staff with that. And we're going to have all the services we currently have, dietitian, clinical pharmacist, social work, mental health. We have psychiatry, psychology, audiology, optometry, podiatry.
And those are the ones. Those are the ones that have that are in different areas of Ocala, and they're all going to come under one roof now. Correct?
Correct. So currently, when the veterans come to Silver Springs Boulevard Clinic, they need to. The suites are scattered around the cascades, and like primary care is in one suite, the lab is in another suite, mental health is in another suite, and then ancillary services or specialty services are in another suite, and then the eye clinic and hearing clinic is across town, which is in close to Easy Street.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So when we move, the veterans are going to have one-stop shop for everything.
And I heard the Sun Tram that's going to be one of the stops now. That's a new one put on the route for the veterans.
That is correct. Yes. So the bus is going to go the Sun Tram is going to go. The last stop is going to be there.
So in other words, the bus stop is going to be right at the VA. They don't have to go walk from 200 up the hill. The bus is going to come right to the VA and drop them off.
Correct. I need to verify with City and Suntran and see if the map is already modified and the route is modified. But in meetings we had prior, the bus stop is going to be at the clinic. Yes.
Well, that's good because Mother Nature and these veterans that are coming that don't have other ways to get to the clinic. If it's pouring rain or there's no snow basically one day a year but the rain once it's raining there and everything, you don't want a patient coming in soaking wet. Hey doc, I'm here.
No. We try to avoid that because people when they get wet they can get sick and all that and
add to it. All right, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break. And then we'll be right back and then wrapping it up with you. This has been very, very interesting. And, of course, talking about the VA clinic, that has had been a thorn in my side because the money just sat there till finally they got off their duff and made that beautiful facility with eventually I'll see. We'll be right back with more Veterans News right after this.
Go ahead, admit it. You've got a spot on your yard that needs some attention. Everybody's got them. But here's just what you do. You head for the garden, Bob Wine's Camellia Garden in Ocala, and grab an armful of Bob's glorious winter hardy annuals, like dianthus and violas and petunias and snapdragons and more. Mix or match your choice. You get a tray of 15 for $24.99. Everybody's talking about Bob's famous camellias because they're terrific this year. Thousands of these sun and shade-loving beauties start at just $15.99 this week at Bob Wines. Now, you've asked for Vidalia onions. Bob has them. You get a pack of 50 to 60 Vidalias for just $8.99. Check the ad. Then head on out to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming location since 1952.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
And we're back with the last tail end of Veterans News, and we're proud to have Dr. Torres with us here from the VA clinic. Good morning again, Doctor.
Good morning, Joe and Tom.
We're about 8.5 minutes left onto the show, this hour goes by so fast, and I appreciate you calling in. I know you got tied up and you would have never made it here driving all the way in, and I suggested that, and you said, "Oh, that works." So I'm glad you called in, and I'm glad you're able to inform all the veterans in the area within hearing from our regular broadcast, and also during YouTube, you can actually watch it and listen.
Dr. Torres, we're at the holiday season now, and a lot of people are going to have family over because with coming out of the pandemic, a lot of people are ready to get back to each other. Are there some tips you can give us to still make sure that we're safe pandemic-wise and safe eating-wise? Give us some tips for the holidays.
Well, it's hard. The tips are very hard because we want to gather with those loved ones, and basically, based on the recommendations established by the CDC, if the people are vaccinated, your family members are vaccinated, it's okay to not use masks, of course, and conserve the social distancing and all that. But everybody should be safe and take precautions during the holidays, because this is not over. The COVID is here to stay, even though we're vaccinating and getting all different type of treatments. This disease is here to stay with different variations.
Different variations, okay.
Yeah, or strains. The
almost like influenza.
Correct.
Which is a virus?
Influenza is a virus, yes. The flu.
The flu, okay. And speaking of which, that's another shot that they're pushing right now is the flu shot.
Correct.
Now,
because we are in the flu season.
Okay, now how much can our bodies take? We've got these other two shots in either arm, and we're fighting off the COVID, and our bodies are doing antibodies, and then it took us 6 months to get the antibodies to work to make sure everything's all right, and now a flu shot on top of that. Is this messing with our bodies?
Well, the flu shot, it's been for years in as a vaccine, and basically the flu shot is made with particles of the virus just to help our body to fight it. So every year the virus, they come with different strains, and they kind of charge it in a vaccine for us to protect ourselves. Yeah. Or if we get the flu, it doesn't hit us as bad as if you're not vaccinated.
All right, now that's a big question. Every year, the flu is a little different, different types, way above my pay grade. And you, as a doctor there, as a practicing doctor at the clinic, beside being the head of the clinic, they say, okay, this year this is flu. I'm just going to put a number on it. This is flu ABC, and we're going to give this flu shot out today. How the heck do we know? Wherever the shots come from, how do we know that it's the one that they want? You know what I'm saying? How do they know this year we're going to have flu shot ABC?
Well, there's two type of flu vaccines now. We have the regular flu vaccine that contains a certain amount of flu strains. And we have it's not called the super flu, but I call it the super flu because it's charged with a large amount of strains it's designed for individuals over 70.
Okay.
And it has more strains than the regular flu vaccine.
Uh-huh. Okay, so in other words, it's almost like a generic kind of thing. So it's a broad, like a broad stroke. Okay, you take this and you'll be protected against A, B, C, D. It's not pinpointing a flu.
Well, it pinpoints the different types of flu that exist. Yeah.
So how do we know which one is it this year, and then next year it's a different strain? Or is it like, okay, we had A, B, and C. Now we're going to put it, and we're going to put D on top of it next year.
Well, that's why they made the vaccine every year, and they add everything. Like, let's say this year there's a variant, so they added in that new vaccine for next year.
Wow.
Dr. Torres, but the flu vaccine is not an absolute. It actually, it can vary on how effective it is from year to year, correct?
Correct.
Some years it's like 70% good. Some years it's 20% good, because it's as good as science can get. But the flu can mutate so fast and change so different that sometimes it's very effective. Sometimes the shot's not effective as they would like it. Is that correct, Doctor?
Correct.
Where does this orientate? Where does it come from? The flu shots.
The flu shots are made in labs in
No.
companies.
I mean geography. Where do they come? Where's it?
Here,
No.
the United States, pharmaceutical companies here.
Yeah, they cultivate the viruses.
In the U.S.
Yes.
That's what I was getting at. In other words, it's not coming from China. It's coming from the U.S. Okay, that was a big worry on my head. It's we're doing it here in the U.S. where we have a little more stringent control and guidelines. And the VA is usually one of the first ones to get it. Am I correct? We've got about a minute and a half.
Yes. We have them available, and we have them. The patients can just call the clinic, ask for the nurse to give them the shot.
Okay. All you have to do is walk in and do you happen to have that? We're going to switch gears very quickly because we've got about 1 minute to go already. We have the crisis line. Do you have that carded for anybody by any chance? Because I know our Barbara always, your head nurse always tries to come up with that crisis line. Tom's looking it up right now.
It's 1-800-273-8255. Again, the Veterans Crisis Line for Suicide Prevention. 1-800-273-8255.
Tom just earned his keep. All right, we keep him on again. He did good.
And the phone number for Ocala VA Clinic is 352-369-3320.
Doc, we've got about 25 more seconds. If you got anything you want to add on or end the show with.
Well, I appreciate this opportunity to do the show remotely because I enjoy informing the Ocala population and the veterans and let them know what we have and the services we have.
Doc, we thank you as always. You'll be on the airwaves next month. And as we always say, thank you. And veterans, God bless America. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Casting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial will enter a third day of deliberations Thursday. Another misstep by prosecutors has the defense team once again asking for a mistrial. At issue Wednesday was a piece of drone video that prosecutors showed the jury during closing arguments. It gave a poor quality to the defense team only after they rested their side of the trial. Judge Bruce Schroeder did not immediately rule on the request, but called the media's coverage of the trial frightening.
When I talked about problems with the media when this trial started, we were there in part because of grossly irresponsible handling of what comes out of this trial. The people should be able to see what's going on, but when I see what's being done, it's really quite frightening.
Florida passed 4 bills on Wednesday that protects workers who refuse the COVID-19 vaccine for their body. Once Governor DeSantis signs the bill, Florida will become the first state that fines companies that require COVID-19 vaccine as a condition of employment. USA Radio News.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID. With guidelines and regulations changing by the week, one thing is certain. You need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature. from city streets to back roads. From road warrior to carpooler. There are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
The culinary herb must-haves for your fall and winter gardens. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
The COVID-19 vaccine